I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about the value of exports to the Wisconsin economy. And Pat Quirk, a software executive and UW graduate who has led billions of dollars in company exits over time, talks about what he sees in Wisconsin these days. And now, here's this week's Tech Metrics. These snapshots of key indicators in the Wisconsin economy are developed by the Wisconsin Technology Council for its policy and news reports. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
As the presidential campaign moves into its next phase, trade is an issue taking center stage nationally and in Wisconsin, a state that depends on a healthy export climate. Not so long ago, Republicans were generally viewed as free traders, and Democrats as more likely to urge protective barriers, such as tariffs and quotas. This year, there has been a political role reversal. Republican Donald Trump is urging rejection of some new trade agreements and a renegotiation of others, claiming they cost American jobs. Democrat Hillary Clinton is an advocate for fair trade, but believes the United States generally benefits from open markets. Wisconsin is a perfect example of why this debate matters. With a strong base in manufacturing and agriculture, and a rising share of tech-based exports, Wisconsin cannot afford to bury its head in the sand of an emotional debate over trade. Wisconsin cannot hope to sell all it produces within its borders, or within the borders of the United States for that matter. It depends on markets abroad in Asia, Europe, and the rest of the Americas for sales of homegrown goods and services. With about $24 billion in total annual exports, Wisconsin is among the nation's leading export states. Tens of thousands of jobs are tied to trade, and many of the state's leading companies have a global footprint. The recent Brexit vote shows why disruptions in trade can directly affect Wisconsin. The state's exports to the United Kingdom top $825 million per year, with much of that from sales of industrial machinery, medical instruments, aircraft parts, and plastics. That's more than twice the $346 million in goods and services that Wisconsin imports from the UK. Many Wisconsin companies are keeping a nervous eye on what happens next with the UK's breakup with the European Union. Imagine what it would be like if all of Wisconsin's leading trade partners were left in limbo due to disrupted trade relations with the United States. A healthy trade climate creates jobs and makes the Wisconsin economy more diverse and resilient. As the presidential campaign rolls on, pay close attention to what the candidates say about trade. It's an issue that hits home every day.
At the recent Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference, we caught up with Patrick Quirk, a nationally known software executive and UW-Madison graduate who's now investing in young companies. Thanks for being here, Pat.
Thank you.
You're a Wisconsin native, but spent most of your career in the Silicon Valley, Boston, Dallas, and the West Coast. What's bringing you back to Wisconsin these days?
Well, I've had about 36 years in high tech, as you mentioned, across the U.S. and working in the rest of the world. And I really want to, one, play it forward in working and helping develop new companies, jobs in Wisconsin. And it's also a very fertile area, one, because of the work ethic, two, because of the customer sat, and Wisconsin are just nice people.
You spoke at the Entrepreneurs Conference on your company experiences, which you described as a mix of good, bad, and ugly. What broad advice did you have for entrepreneurs?
I've spent a lot of time going through the details of that in my presentation, but just to summarize it, number one, and in this order, is culture. In software, our assets go home every night, so the culture and the value that you deliver to your customers really matters. So you have to have a focus on the return on investment to ensure that you provide that value, have the right target market and segmentation, excellent operational models, both in forecasting, cash management, visibility to the market, Also having a net promoter score or customer satisfaction measurement, so you keep your employees honest and helping provide value. And then last and not least is an exit plan. If you're either going to go for an IPO or look for an acquisition, you need to know who those strategic investors might be or potential acquirers, and also make sure that your board and your employees are aware of that.
Some people suggest Wisconsin should try to be more like Silicon Valley or Austin. What's your advice?
I think Wisconsin and Madison should be exactly who they are and continue their growth. The assets, the natural assets here of people are very talented folks. The culture is excellent, hardworking, very focused on customer sat, high integrity, and that's unique, I think, to the Madison area. Great academic programs that provide extremely intelligent young talent, and that's why I'm so interested in investing in this area.
Thanks, Pat, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, The Show. The show is produced by the Wisconsin Technology Council and WisBusiness.com, and sponsored by UW-Milwaukee and Exact Sciences. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent But Executive Search. See you next time.